Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. As I told you all, today we are going to discuss the revision test which I have taken in Google form. The question answers of those of that revision test we are going to discuss today. Okay, so let's start. See, this is the form, and this email address, these things, this field is mandatory to fill up. And one more thing I want to tell you all, that in student's name here, few have written your father's name or your mother's name, or like that. So don't repeat this. Okay, you just be very careful while you are filling this up. Okay, so doing that way, students id, this you have to fill up. These are all these fields are mandatory. See, this red star is given, no, that means you have to fill up. Okay, this one. Acha, next, I'm starting from the question. See, choose the correct option. This was there. So which of the following is a kind of matter? So you just see, light, sound and heat, these three are different energies. So these are not having those characteristics of matter. So here gold will be the answer. Okay, so gold is the kind of matter. This is the correct option. Next, question number B, which of the following is a medicine? Cotton, perfume, urea, these three are not. So the answer will be aspirin. Okay, aspirin is the medicine which can act as pain reliever. Okay, or during fever also we can intake that. So aspirin is the medicine. Next, which of the following is a non-metal? See, silver, sodium, what are the options? Silver, sodium, iron and chlorine, these four are there. Silver, sodium and iron, these three are different metals, so only chlorine is the non-metal here. So this will be the correct answer. Next, a liquid metal is, see, sulfur, chlorine, bromine, these three are there. These three are non-metals. Okay, sulfur, chlorine and bromine, these three are non-metal. Only mercury is the liquid metal. Mercury is the metal which is liquid at room temperature. Okay, next, symbol of nitrogen is N. N is the symbol of nitrogen. Okay, now see, question number 2, name the following. So the process to separate rice and water. So here, about this we have discussed a lot in the live class. The process to separate rice and water, this will be sedimentation. Okay, sedimentation. Decantation also you can write, or sedimentation, decantation, both you can write, or only sedimentation also will be okay. Okay, now see here, one problem is there. Few of you are asking that why, two thing is there. First of all, why we can't write filtration here? So as rice is the, this I told in live class also, as rice is a heavy particle, uh, the mass of rice, or weight of rice is high. That's why, because of gravity, it will very easily, it can settle down at the bottom of the container. Okay, and in this manner, easily it can get separated from the water. Okay, so here only sedimentation technique will be enough, and filtration we don't use here. Okay, only by after sedimentation, if we decant, if we separate the water which is forming the upper layer, then we can get this to separated rice and water. Okay, like this only, if any other uh, if any other substance will be there, if any other mixture will be there where one of the component is heavy in weight, like sand or any other grain, sand and water, any other grain and water, muddy water, then we can use this sedimentation process. Okay, but if the mixture, one of the component of the mixture is light in weight, like chalk powder or any other lightweight particles are there mixed in water, then to separate those, we have to use filtration process. Okay, why? Because filtration we are going to use here, because sedimentation will not work. Okay. If we take chalk powder, you will see it will float on the upper layer of the water, as it is light in weight. That's why we can't get the sedimentation of the chalk powder. That's why we need to use filtration here. Okay. One question I got through a subject query, that why we can't say this as sieving. Okay, so this process is not, see, to separate tea and water, the process which we use stainer. Okay, so this is not exactly sieving. Sieving is the what we will say here, only the dry components will be there, where we are using this term sieving. Okay, like in the construction site, with sand, some pebbles or some small stones are mixed with sand. So to separate that, we use sieving. Okay, or in flour, if we have any others, means unwanted substance and bran and all, then to separate that we can use sieving. Okay, here all the components are in dry form, but to separate tea leaves from tea, as tea is, or the as we are adding water here, that means uh, one component is solid and another component is liquid. So here we are using the term filtration. Okay, we are using the term filtration. So here we can't write sieving. Okay, we are using stainer. uh, so this is a kind of what we can say, it's a filter paper kind of. Okay, the same purpose it's serving, just like as filter paper, where filter paper, the particles of the pores are very fine, whereas in stainer the pores are little bit bigger than that. Okay, nothing else. But the term sieving we can't use for wet particles. Okay, means where one component is wet. I hope you understand now. Acha, now see the next question. The hardest naturally occurring substance. This was given in unit test also. The answer will be uh, this will be diamond. Okay, diamond is the answer. Okay, next, chemicals used to treat infectious diseases. This is called antibiotics. Okay, in general we have to write the answer. Here you can't write any name of the antibiotic. Okay, any antibiotic, penicillin, or this kind of names you don't write here. Okay, in general we need to write the answer, so it will be antibiotics. Okay, chemicals used to treat infectious diseases. Next, total number of atoms present in one ammonia molecule. So ammonia, see, as I told you all, that we have not done the formulas, but few formulas, means the common formulas, which you must know. So one of that is ammonia. This I have discussed in the previous video class also. So NH3 is the formula of ammonia. This is, see, I'm writing here, N, oh sorry, here we need to write. So this is NH3. Okay, NH3. Actually, subscript and superscript means to write here, this is a bit difficult. That's why, see, this will be a down. you know how we write this. Acha. So total number of, see, this is the formula. So what will be the total number of atoms present in one ammonia molecule? Here you can see one nitrogen atom is there and three hydrogen atoms are there. That means 3 plus 1 4. So the answer will be 4. So total number of atoms present in one ammonia molecule, the answer will be 4. But if this kind of question comes in exam, that means where you need to know the formula of the molecule, the formula will be given. Okay, only you have to calculate the total number of atoms or molecules or whatever will be asked. Next, the name of the element with atomic number 19, this is potassium. So here also you are many of you were asking that whether you have to write the name or you have to write the symbol. So better you write the name. See, potassium is the element with atomic number 19. So 1 to 20, all the name of the elements with atomic number 1 to 20 you have to learn. Okay, this already I told. Achha, next, match the following with the appropriate option given below. Marie Curie. See what are the options. Marie Curie, she is the Nobel Prize winner. Okay, so this will match with Marie Curie. Urea. Urea is a fertilizer. TNT, it is an explosive. Graphite, it is good conductor. Graphite it's a non-metal, it's a form of carbon, but it's a good conductor of electricity. Iodine, it can show sublimation, so iodine. Okay, now choose true false. DDT is an important fertilizer. No, this is false. Okay, this is DDT is not a fertilizer. Next, mortar is used as a building material. Yes, it is true. Next, molecules can exist independently. Yes, it is true. Molecules can exist independently. Pure substances, pure substance has a definite set of properties. Pure substance has a definite set of properties. Yes, it is also true. Acha, by sieving, we can separate the components of mixture of different size. Yes, we can separate the components of mixture of different size. See, as where we are using sieving, where one particle is bigger in size and another particle is smaller in size. So the particle which is the whole that which particle will be left in the sieve, that will depending on the size of the particle, we have to choose the sieve. And the bigger particles which can't go through the pores of the sieve, they will remain in the sieve. And the particles which are smaller in size, they will be uh, coming out through the sieve. Okay, so in this manner we can separate the components. Okay, so this will be, we can separate the components of mixture of different size. So this is true. Sorry, this will be true. Okay, so this is all. And acha, one more question was there. So acha, let me do this first. So here you have to submit. Okay, now see, I'm not submitting, I'm just uh, now see, uh, as I told you all, again I want to repeat that you just please don't wait for the last minute. Okay, all at least 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes you keep in your hand, and try to submit your answer paper there, then. Okay, so before, means the end time, before, not you just on that in this 15 minutes time gap in this range, you just try to submit. Okay, as soon as possible you try to submit. But it's not that you will be in hurry and anyhow you will be answering the question and you will be submitting. It's not that. You take your time, but keep that in mind that you can't wait for this full 1 hour. Okay, you just take it as 45 minutes. Achha, this is one. Another question where you have doubt, that is the proportion of elements. Uh, how you will be writing that? Means the proportions will be according to the atom, proportion of the atoms. Suppose carbon dioxide or nitrogen dioxide or water or anything, any element, any compound, their proportion of the elements. So by the atom you will be writing, or by the mass. So I'm telling that if it this kind of question comes, then it will be given, it will be clearly mentioned there that by mass you have to get the proportion, you have to find out the proportion, or by atom. Okay, so no need to worry about that. Okay, I hope I'm clear. And nothing else. I think I told you all that if you have any other any sort of question, you just send it through subject query. So only this much question I have got. I hope other things are okay. So here I'm ending my class. From next week exam will going to start. Exam will be will start. You just as I told you all, keep studying properly. You just read line by line, you can't omit anything. Okay, this is very important, because from anywhere the question may come, from any line the question may come, and this is not for chemistry, for all the subjects. Okay, this is one thing. Another thing is there, uh, you just no need to take extra tension. Everything will be fine, the question will be easy only. But what you have to do, you have to read without just omitting anything. You have to read the book, read the portions properly, and at the same time you have to do the exercise also. Okay, from exercise question may come. Okay, so this is all the best, student. uh, give your exam properly. We will be meeting soon then. Okay, so as exam will be there, so next week we are not having any class. So after exam again we will be meeting. Till then you just take very good care of yourself, be safe, and you just all the best for your exam. Okay, thank you.